Okay, since I have the sewing machine over here, I think I'm going to make the pockets and then I'll make the signature. So I have this piece of material right here, and I'm just going to try to get a straight line. Here, let's see. I'm going to use this as trim on the top of the pockets. Instead of just making them all blue, I'm going to just put a little trim at the top. I'm just going to cut this in half. Pretty straight. I'm going to use trim, so it's not real important that it's super, super straight. Okay. Here. And what I'm going to do with this, I think I'm going to cut it in half. Oh, and I wanted to say, in the kits, I didn't, for the fabric, you know, either I tore the material or cut it, but nothing is, you know, exactly straight because I knew you were going to be cutting it up. And if it wasn't too wrinkled, I didn't iron because ironing is not my favorite thing to do. So, all right, I do have to measure this. So this is, let's see. About 12, well, not quite. It's about almost 12, a little less than 12 inches. See. Okay, so now I have to go right here. All right. Let's see. Let's straighten up some of the edges so I can fold it. Okay. And I'm just going to fold the edges in. And you don't want the pocket to interfere where your signatures are. That's good. And I'll just use this to measure this one. Just using my fingernail to kind of press it out. Okay. And I'll just put these on top to measure. Okay. I don't want them too tall, but that's up to you how tall you want your pockets. I don't want to cover up all the you know, the fabric in the back. So could pin it. That would make sense, but okie dokie. I'm not throwing the stuff on the floor. I do have a trash basket right there. And let's see. How did that get bent up like that? You ready? Put that there. Here. So you'll have two pockets. Oops. And then like that. Okay. I think I'm going to do, I want to do raw edge. See if I can do raw edge. Because I like that. Just a little. Okay. I'm going to turn up the bottom. Just going to press it with my finger. So this will be right here. And I will raw edge it. I'm just going to put the fabric here, and this is the raw edge side, and I'm going to turn that down, and then I'm going to sew. Bring my sewing machine over. And I'm going to do a straight stitch. Do a little back stitching. We'll pull that edge, make it raw edge. Okay. You could, if it helps you, put a little bit of glue to hold it and then sew it on the sewing machine. Trim off the excess material. And the strings. Okay, kind of cute. Oh, I like it, I like it. And I'm going to sew the sides down next. And I didn't back stitch at the bottom because it'll be turned up, so. And I'm just going to show you the one pocket. I'm not going to make you look at me doing two. Now I'll just turn this one up. Just finger pressing it. That wasn't too bad. Okay. And see, I would just glue it. And just center it. And I'm just going to glue it on. and I use Fabri-Tac for it. Just on the edge. And of course not the top. And see, every time I make my journal, I always forget something. Of course, what did I forget? When you're doing your cover, you have to decide whether you want your tie attached to your cover journal, or you just, you can tie it and then take it off. Now, this is what I forgot. Let me see. I picked red, which I really should have picked, because originally I was going to put this on the outside, but this is okay, because I am going to put a little piece of the material on the cover and then decorate, so you will see the red in it. You glue your front cover piece on, and then before you put your inside cover on, I would usually just cut it in half, because I wouldn't waste all of this, gluing it. And I would just figure out how long you want your ties, cut it, glue, just a little bit, lightly glue, do it on the other side, and then put your fabric on top. So a lot of times, you forget a step or two, and there's always some kind of way to get around it. So I could always put the tie here, and then, like I said, put a little applique or a little, rickrack or something, or a button, and glue it on, something like that. Or you don't have to, because a lot of people don't want the string, hanging and in the way. You just, tie it and then tie it in a bow. And then all I would have to do is take it off like that. So it's according to, how you want it. So this gives the illusion that I sewed it on the journal, but I really didn't. Look at these extra strings. And like I said, sometimes if you want to, it wouldn't be an issue about before you attach the inner cover, you could sew it directly on the fabric, but that's just a little shortcut. So, and that would be cute, like to put, a card or something in it like that, or some scrapbooking paper or whatever. So, next I'm going to do the signatures. I'm going to finish the other pocket, and then I'm going to do the signatures. So I'll be back. Probably, yeah, I'll be back. Okay. I did both pockets, so they look really cool. Kind of messed up the raw edge to make it very fringy. And this is I had a lot of this, I guess it's upholstery trim. So I put a little bit in each package. So I'm going to take 2 of them, and let's see, and I'm just going to add that as a little decoration here. So let's see, I think that would look cute hanging off. Let's see, when I cut it. Now sometimes, because the trim will unravel, what I'll do is, let's see. This is some art glitter glue. Like I'll just put a little bit on the edges, If I don't, it's going to fray. It's going to, and it's going to continually fray. Kind of like soak it in. Do it on the other side too. And it usually dries pretty clear. No, you don't have to put a lot, just enough so it will help it not to fray. And then I'm going to do some Fabri-Tac, which is already globbed all over the place. Again. Oh. I think that looks really cute. Little tassel hanging. So anytime you have anything that frays, there is something called, I think, fabric fray, but this works just as good. Just kind of pat it in. Because if you don't, it will continually fray. This is really making a shadow. Okay, I'm trying to get it in there. So you got two pockets, got a little trim on it right there. I will do my next video. I'll do the signatures and sew them in, and then we'll decorate the front and the back. All right. Have a good evening. Please subscribe.